somebody who was not a believer of the mission. He came and he attended the congregation. He was actually a friend of mine. I took him there. And he said, Babaji, I don't believe in God, or I don't come to any gatherings as such. But one thing that is pulling me towards you, and I'm resisting at the moment, is that what you are doing is good. What you are doing is pure. You're trying to bring people together. Bring them together under this fatherhood by knowing God. And Babaji smiled and said, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And he said, Babaji, I don't think I'm ready. When I'm ready, then I know where to come, where to be. So it's a huge task, a pure task, a task which needs our help, which begins with ourselves. So out of everything that we have learnt yesterday in the convention, the conference that we attended, I think the important thing, the most important thing to remember is the Gyan. And we have to remember the Gyan every day. Babaji has often said in his vichars, and you've heard, कि ज्ञान एक ऐसी वस्तु नहीं है जो हम संभाल के अलमारी में रखें. ज्ञान एक ऐसी चीज है जो रोज पहननी चाहिए. क्योंकि जब हम एक अच्छी चीज पहनते हैं, when I wear my watch, I have a favorite watch. When I wear the watch, I always say, yeah, it looks good, it's nice. I remember it's there. When it's lying in my safe at home or anywhere else, I don't think about it. When I use it, I admire its beauty. And I say, yeah, this is something that I possess. It's the Gyan. We all possess the Gyan. The Gyan is very beautiful. It's very beautiful. Something which completely changes your outlook on yourself and the life and this world. But it must be used. You must embrace it. Embrace the Gyan. Become one with it, because the Gyan is the Guru and the Guru is the Gyan. If you love the Guru, then embrace his Gyan. And you will feel him with you. I shared in New York as well, Mahapurush from St. Martin, where Babaji's been planning to go for so long, and you can ask Rai Sahib, unfortunately, so many years he has never been. He has not been able to go. I remember in 2009 when Babaji was planning this tour, the first month and a half was how to fit St. Martin into the schedule, that tour schedule, with flights and traveling, and we just couldn't fit it into the 50 days or the 40 odd days that we were in America and Canada, so we had to drop it. Babaji dropped it. Those Mahapurush met Babaji in a smagam, and in the evening they had a chance to see Babaji. It was in a car park when Babaji was leaving. And as all saints do, they say, Babaji, you don't remember us. You don't think of us because you don't come. You're so far away from us. And Babaji smiled and said, I'm never far from any Gursikh of mine. Gursikhs are always far from me. And their face, they were... And even I was surprised at how Babaji said this. But he does. There was a young child, and I shared this also, while we were walking, he asked Babaji, Babaji, where do you live? And I thought, well, Babaji's going to say, I live in Delhi. Because he lives in Delhi, everyone knows. Babaji said, I live in you and within, I live within you and around you. And I was thinking, Babaji lives within me and around me, and I cannot see him. The reason we cannot see him is because we are wearing too many cloaks. The cloak of ego, of hatred, negativity, jealousy, of lust, of short-temperedness, short-sightedness. Remove these, I come back to the beginning, remove these and you will see him everywhere. We say, ki kan kan mein vasda nankar. He's everywhere, but we cannot see him because he's hidden. So what do? When I want to see God, I don't see anything, and I just see him. That's what we need to do. Let him into your life. He is here, he wants to enter your life. Let him into your life. Let him change your life. Let him become your life. You have a very, very good opportunity because Hazur is coming here very, very soon. I spoke to Babaji the day before as well. I shared with Rai Sahib last night at I think 12:30, 1 o'clock. I said, the program is made. Babaji emailed me the program and I asked Babaji, I said, Babaji, please let me give everyone who's going to attend there some happiness. Let me announce your dates. And I was thinking, I'd be very happy to announce in person that everyone would say, oh, Sunny Ji has announced Babaji's program, and I'd feel big. And Babaji said, your program to change nahi hua, but I'm still thinking, ab Delhi aao, we'll send a letter. So I thought, Babaji doesn't want me to announce. He doesn't want me to. But I share your good fortune with an example. In Delhi, there was a smagam, and Babaji was returning to Delhi after a month of being on tour. When Babaji returns, the Nimishkar and the Sangat is huge. It's huge anyway, but everybody from the surrounding areas, they all want to see. And Babaji strictly said that there is so much Sangat, because the Saturday Babaji saw, he goes that nobody will come into the central area to do Nimishkar. Sare lainon mein dur Nimishkar karenge. And we were okay. And the Nimishkar line was going on. And I was standing on the corner. In my Vardi, I was standing. And this old man came. And he said, Bete, mere ko andar jane do, maine Nimishkar karni hai. And I said, Babaji, I said to him, ki, Maharaj, there is no sanu hukum hai, order is tarah hai, direction is ki sare duron yahan se rahmat lenge, aage se. And he stood, he didn't say anything, and he was looking at Babaji as if, because I had my back to Babaji, he was looking as if Babaji was looking at him. And he said, nahi. And I turned, and Babaji nodded his head. So I said, maaf karna, aap please. He came, he did Nimishkar, and he exited through the center, and I saw him, and he was crying. As a 70-year-old Sardar. And he was crying, he was in tears. And I couldn't help it. I said, look, I have this, whenever I see things, I always want to know the reason behind things. It's a very bad habit I have, I think. And I asked him, and he said, nahi, kuch nahi bete, I am, because essay. And I said, nahi, please. I said, you're like my grandfather. I said, tell me. And he said, I had gyan from the time of Shensha Ji. And he goes, this is the first time in my life that my head has touched my Guru's feet. And I was embarrassed. I was like, I see Babaji every day. And not every day do I bow down and put my head on Babaji's feet. I sometimes just bend and touch with my hand. And I felt, it put everything in perspective for me. That there are still people in this world who have never touched him. And then another thing about offering. An example. Because we don't realize how lucky we are. It was in Bombay, and this is a long time ago. I think it was before I had just got married. And again, I was in the line there. And in Bombay Smag ke baad, when Babaji used to stay there, ek aisa opportunity banti thi ki sari sangat could come to the Pavan and do Nimishkar nazdeek se. And wahan bhi line 5, 6, 7 kilometer ki lagti thi. I can remember we used to have a walkie-talkie. Babaji would ask whoever was standing there, ki unko pucho line kitni lambi hai. And the message would come back, ki haan, abhi 4 kilometer pe aa gayi. And I was thinking, a line 4 kilometers, okay, now when are they going to reach? How long is this line? And in the sun in Bombay during the day. It was amazing. I was standing there, and this poor, haggard old lady came in front of me. And she put her Nimishkar in the bag. And as we do, I was standing at the bag. I was looking to see how much people put in, or looking to see that no one takes anything out. And I saw she dropped a 500 rupee note in the bag. That time there was no 1,000 rupee notes. And I looked and I thought, it didn't fit. It was something very, very odd. She did Nimishkar and she walked off. And I followed her and I stopped her by the gate before she left. And I said to her, maaf karna, par aapne abhi 500 rupees ki Nimishkar ki hai. Aapne ye kaise ki? And immediately she said, bete, maine koi chori nahi ki. And I was taken back. I said, ki maaf karna, mera ye bhav nahi tha. I just want to know how you did this. She said, in November, December time, announcement aayi thi Bombay Smagam ki Bombay Smagam, and these are the dates. She goes, जब announcement आई थी मेरे हृदय के अंदर एक तमन्ना थी कि कभी मैं भी 500 रुपए की नमस्कार कर पाऊंगी. which I am doing 25 paisa or 50 paisa, 1 rupee. She goes, I wanted to do 500 rupee namaskar. So I said, Aapne ye kaise kiya? How did you do? She goes, since then and since now. Some days I've eaten 1 roti, some days I've eaten nothing. And for how long? And she goes, maine paise jod ke maine 500 rupee ki namaskar ki. I was very touched. So I took her back. I said, nahi, aap mere saath aao, please. And I took her back and I took her to Babaji. And I said, Babaji, she's just told me her story of what she wanted. And Babaji goes, mere ko sab pata hai. And she did namaskar again. And Babaji ne itna, in that 2 seconds, itna pyar diya usko, uski to life hi badal gayi thi. I'm not saying about the amount. It is where I began with the story. That Babaji wants you to surrender whatever you have to surrender. She surrendered something which was very precious to her, which was her existence. The daily basic, the food, the sacrifice she made because she thought that would make Babaji happy. What made Babaji happy was the thought behind that, what she did. The sacrifice. That is what is expected of us, that sacrifice. If we truly wish to change ourselves, to change the world in which we live in, to become an asset to the Guru, then it starts with Gyan and Guru. Until we do not imbibe Gyan and Guru, we have a very, very long journey in front of us. I've taken a lot of your time. I'm very sorry. I ask for your forgiveness and I ask for your blessings that I have a safe journey home and I'm able to take back all of your love and all of your best wishes and your tanakars to Babaji and Mataji as you have all conveyed.